So I'm wondering if anyone knows or recognizes the woman in this week's Ancient Annunciation story. Do you have any idea who she is or was? The reading made it clear that she's Manoah's wife. Does that shine any light into who she is? Is it fair to say that she's a bit like Hagar and Mary? We read their stories previously, and they were described as divine conversation partners and theologians. Does the unnamed woman in this week's reading share those same characteristics? She does have a conversation with the messenger, so she is a divine conversation partner, and she recognizes that the messenger is of God or from God. Does that offer any insight into her identity? What about knowing her faith tradition? Did you pick up on the fact that she is a Nazarite? She's a religious person. She has a rich spirituality. When the messenger says to her, no wine, no strong drink, and don't eat anything unclean, she's being reminded of her vows as a Nazarite. Do the Nazarene vows reveal her identity? Would it be helpful to know who she's giving birth to? If I told you the baby's name was Samson, would that offer clarity? Now that we know she's Samson's mother and Manoah's wife, do we really know her story? You know, the traditional way of allowing someone to play a role in their own story, even if it is part of a larger story, is to call them by name. Characters who are in stories that are not given names are typically bystanders or people watching on the sidelines. The ones on the sidelines usually aren't as important as people who are dominant. Dominant characters stay in the center. This is the essence of marginalization. To tell a story and not name names. You know, I don't understand how or why this unnamed woman would be thought of as unimportant, considering she's the one that God's messenger was sent to. I mean, in my opinion, an encounter with the messenger of God is a huge honor. And you know what? If you go on and you read more of her story, you will find out that the messenger of God showed up to this unnamed woman repeatedly and intentionally. Each visit was significant and revealing. And yet she has not been given the dignity of a name.